So you can introduce yourself, Chiara. Yeah, go ahead.
See, I'm Chiara. I come from Italy, but I'm living now in Gothenburg, in Sweden, and helping with this amazing course every Monday to meditate together and get the peace, the inner peace that is really joyful and relaxing.
How long have you been here in Sahaja Yoga, Chiara?
In Sahaja Yoga, more than 10 years.
Wow.
And
yeah.
Here in Sweden, a few months. So I'm really happy to know and other people that are researcher of spiritual and truth.
Thank you, Chiara. And yes, so we got to know that this session will be recorded. So my apologies that this won't be recorded, but it is being recorded and you can find the link here. Okay, so let's begin. So Chiara can share the picture with us. All right. So I hope this is visible to you, but don't worry. I will also, if you can't read, I will say out loud what the text is saying. So Sahaja Yoga was founded by Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, and she started Sahaja Yoga in 1970 in India. So she found this very beautiful inner subtle system that we have as human beings. And she found that there is a way to, tap into that inner being in us, which is the true being, which is the true self. So she actually found that there is a energy within us, which is the Kundalini energy. It is a motherly energy, and it is in every human being. And it is in the sacrum bone. So it is the tailbone, the triangular bone in the base of the spinal cord. And it's also called sacrum bone. So sacrum in Greek, which means sacred. So when the Kundalini rises, she goes above in all the 7 centers we have within us. So these centers represent qualities, and also it represents, it goes through the central channel. So this central channel represents the present. And the left, as you can see, the blue line, which is a bit below to the Kundalini, and it goes above and crosses and goes to the right side of our head. So this is called Ida Nadi, or the left channel. So it represents our past. It represents our desires. It represents our emotions and the feminine side within us. And it also represents the motherly energy. So when this channel gets disturbed within us, we are emotionally, either we are too emotional, we are emotionally exhausted. When this channel is disturbed, we can also go into depression. And so basically, or we are living in the past. Something has happened in our life and we are living in the past. We are always, all the memories are coming in our attention all the time, and we can't live in the present. And on the opposite side of that is, you can see this yellow line. which is called the right channel, which goes from our lower abdomen and then goes up. Yes. So it actually represents our ego. So when this right channel gets affected, basically what right channel is for our mental activity, our physical activity. This is the channel that helps or gives us energy to plan. And when this channel is overly used or exhausted, then we are always in thinking. Like we are thinking about the future plans, we are worried about the future, and there is no present. And all these channels are, when they're imbalanced, it disturbs our present moment. So the beautiful thing about Sahaja Yoga is that when the Kundalini rises, it goes through the center channel, which represents our present. So when it rises, it goes above our head. And where these superego and ego are, canceling each other or crossing each other, it creates a space between these two, and it gives you a witness state. You can see how you're behaving, or you can see that what all reactions you have from the right side, and what are the problems of the left side. And it also gives us that movement, that peaceful movement that we can enjoy. So that is the real meditation, is to be in the present, have a beautiful witness state that was missing because either we were on the left or we were on the right. So today we are going to, this is called the self-realization, because the self, which is the true self, is in our heart. It's called the spirit. And the spirit, here on the heart, yes. So the spirit is the true self, which witnesses, okay, what is the problem of this person, which you think you are, but you are truly the spirit. When you get your self-realization, you will actually, when you start meditating after this self-realization, you will realize that you are a bit detached from this body. So you will realize that you are not this body or this mind that has been troubling you, has been giving you thoughts of the past or the present, the future. But when you are the spirit, you're always wanting to enjoy the present moment. So this is called the self-realization that we will do today. So when the Kundalini rises, it actually goes above your fontanelle. It actually breaks your fontanelle area here and creates that space and actually comes over here. So you can feel a little magnetism or vibrations or the cool breeze here. That validates that you have got your self-realization. Of course, some people cannot feel it in the beginning. That's okay. When you meditate more and more, you will feel the Kundalini energy above your head, because when it rises, it only rises for like a thin hair-like space. It creates very small space. But as you meditate further and further, your present movements or your present channel, the center channel, grows. It creates more and more space. So every time you meditate, it goes up and creates that space for you. So now we will go through our self-realization steps. So first, I will tell you how we will go through it. So first, we will, you can watch carefully where we will keep our hand. So we are using the right hand all the time. So the right hand the left hand will be on the lap, and the right hand we will be using. So the right hand will be kept on the lower abdomen. So we will keep it here. We will go through the steps later, but first let's see what will be the gestures. So here we will keep our hand first in the lower abdomen. This is actually the center of pure knowledge, which is the true knowledge of ourself. So we will keep here the hand. Then we will keep our hand on the upper abdomen. This is actually the center of self-mastery. And then we will keep our hand on our heart. And this is the center of our spirit. And then we will keep our hand here. And we will keep it here because many of us, when we make mistakes, we might feel guilty, but we want to get out of those mistakes. That's why we say here is that I'm not guilty at all. So we keep our hand here with where the neck and the shoulder meets on the left side. So we are always going through our left side and using our right hand. And then we take our hand and put it on our forehead. This is the center of forgiveness. And then we keep our hand and put it on the back side of the head, and we will rest our head a bit on the hand. This is where we ask forgiveness. This is only to satisfy you that, okay, do not feel guilty, and you can ask forgiveness. And then we stretch our hand and keep it here on the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone when all of us was babies. So when we keep our hand here, we will massage clockwise as much as you want, but you can do it around 7 times. And you have to press it a bit. So your scalp needs to move clockwise. So these are the hand gestures or the steps that we will take. So now you can close your eyes, and now we will go through the self-realization. So you can, of course, see in the video where you have to put your hand, but please follow the voice of Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, who has founded this meditation. So we can play the video now. The voice, Kiara.
Please don't open your eyes. Please close your eyes. Not very tightly. And till I tell you, please don't open your eyes. I've already told you that I respect your freedom and I cannot force pure divine knowledge on you. You have to ask for it. So take your right hand in the lower portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. And here you have to ask 6 times because this center has got 6 petals. Mother, please give me pure divine knowledge. Ask 6 times. Mother, please give me pure divine knowledge. As soon as you ask this question, the Kundalini starts rising. So now we have to nourish the higher centers with our self-confidence. Raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. Here you have to say with full self-confidence, 10 times. Mother, I am my own master. Please say this 10 times with full confidence. I have already told you at the very outset that you are not this body, this mind, these emotions, this intelligence, this ego and conditionings, but you are the pure spirit. So now raise your right hand on the left hand side on your heart, and here you have to say with full confidence again 12 times. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Please say this 12 times. I have told you that this all-pervading power is the ocean of knowledge, ocean of compassion, ocean of bliss. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness, and whatever mistakes you have committed can be easily dissolved by it. So please forgive yourself and put your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder and turn your head to your right. Here you have to say again with full confidence 16 times. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Please say this. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Please say it 16 times. I have already explained that whether you forgive or you don't forgive, you don't do anything. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. And at this moment especially, you should forgive so that this Agya Chakra, which is a very constricted center, will open out. So, here, now you put your right hand on top of your forehead and put it down. Put it down, put down your head, please. Here you have to say, not how many times, but from your heart you have to say, Mother, I forgive everyone. And don't think about the people whom you have to forgive. Just say, Mother, I forgive everyone in general. Don't think about them. I find this is the most constricted center here. Please forgive. Otherwise you will miss the point. From your heart, just say. All right. Now please take your right hand on the back side of your head and push back your head. This is the center where you have to ask forgiveness from the divine power, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, just for your satisfaction. So here you say again from the heart, not how many times, O divine power, please forgive me if I have done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly. O divine power, please forgive me if I have done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly. Say it from your heart, not how many times is not the point. Now, stretch your palm fully and put it, the center of your palm, on the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Now press back your fingers as far as possible. And with the pressure, move your scalp. But before doing that, please put down your head. Now here, again, I cannot force self-realization on you. You have to ask for it. So move your hand so that you move the scalp well with a pressure, saying 7 times, Mother, please give me self-realization. Mother, please give me self-realization. Move it clockwise slowly. Push back your fingers, push back your fingers. Now take down your hands and slowly open your eyes, please. Now put both the hands towards me like this, like that.
Let's keep our attention on top of our head and let's observe if you are getting any sensation or anything on your hands or on top of your head. So keep your eyes closed and just keep your attention on top of your head. And let's meditate in silence. We can now open our eyes slowly. We will now watch a video which is about Sahaja Yoga and about the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Sri Mataji. Her name is Nirmala Devi, but we call her Sri Mataji with love. So we can now watch a video.
The ancient land of India, a land once divided amongst warring kings and princes, a land troubled over centuries by the occupation of foreign powers, until in the middle of the 20th century, India achieved independence and freedom from those who had ruled her for 300 years. India achieved her birthright of freedom. One of the young leaders of this campaign for political freedom was a medical student now known as Srimataji Nirmala Devi, who has since that time dedicated her life to another kind of freedom, the freedom of the spirit, through self-realization and the practice of Sahaja Yoga.
It's your birthright as a human being to become the spirit. That is what Sahaja Yoga is. Saha means with and Jai is born. Born with you is the right. To get this yoga is the union with the divine. It is your birthright. As a human being, you are, as I told you, at the epitome of evolution. And it has to work out. But please open your hearts and open your minds.
The unique experience of self-realization takes place when the primordial energy, called Kundalini, is correctly awakened by someone who has already experienced and mastered their own self-realization. Sri Mataji has explained that the Kundalini is the power of our spiritual ascent, found in the triangular bone at the base of the spine called sacrum by the Greeks. It is the power of our pure desire. When awakened, the Kundalini rises spontaneously through 6 subtle centers called chakras. The Kundalini then emerges through the fontanella bone area at the top of the head, emitting a cool breeze that can be felt there as well as on the hands. In her desire to offer self-realization to mankind through Sahaja Yoga, Sri Mataji constantly traveled the world.
I'm not here to take anything from you,
Yo no he venido aquí a tomar nada de ustedes,
nor for a vote from you. I'm not a politician.
y tampoco he venido a hablar porque yo no soy una política.
I'm here to give you the key of your own wealth.
Und sie entdecken ihre eigene Ruhm und den ihres Nachbarn.
There's a big inner revolution that is coming up,
Es ist eine fantastische innere Evolution, die aufsteigt,
which is silent, joyous,
die ruhig ist, friedvoll.
and is going to change the whole humanity.
Und sie wird die ganze Menschheit verändern.
Когда так много ленинградцев мгновенно, одновременно получили реализацию.
This was the dream of Lenin,
И это была, можно сказать, в этом была мечта Ленина,
who was a realized soul himself,
который, если вы не знаете, также был человеком
that
реализованным.
he wanted to have stateless state.
И его идея об отмирании государства в государстве...
Those who have felt cool breeze in their hands or from their head, please raise both your hands, please. So many. May God bless. डोक्याच्या वर अदांत्री तर अदांत्री आता ज्या लोकांच्या हातात किंवा डोक्यात थंड थंड असं वाटलं असेल किंवा काहीतरी अशी ऊर्जा वाहते असं वाटत असेल त्या सगळ्यांनी दोन्ही हात वर करायचे. अशा लग्नी आल्यासारखं वाटलं त्या सर्वांनी दोन्ही हात वर करायचे. दोन्ही
Shri Mataji was born in 1923 in the very centre of India, near the town of Nagpur.
Actually, I was born like this, in a very enlightened family, I should say. My father was a very enlightened man, and he was member of the assembly, Central Assembly. He was the member of the Constituent Assembly.
It was her father who took her to see Gandhi when Shri Mataji was a young girl. Gandhi recognized something unique in her and suggested that the child spend some time with him at the ashram, where she became a frequent visitor over the years. At the end of the 90s, the crowds who came to her public programs numbered in their thousands. But when Shri Mataji started teaching Sahaja Yoga in India back in 1970, it was only with a mere handful of people. Then, in 1973, Shri Mataji went to live in London.
I was telling you about
Her husband, Mr., now Sir C.P. Srivastava, had been elected Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, an agency of the United Nations.
award from League of Nations.
One of the effects of Kundalini awakening through Sahaja Yoga has been to help people with all kinds of serious addictions, such as drugs and alcohol, and illnesses such as diabetes and cancer. Impressive results have attracted the attention of the medical profession. Dr. David Spiro is a general practitioner in London who has studied the application of Sahaja Yoga as a form of treatment and who has seen many cures for a variety of problems and a marked increase in the general good health and well-being of people who practice Sahaja Yoga.
I've been involved with Sahaja Yoga and the work of Shri Mataji for about the past 10 years. In India, there's been some scientific studies which have shown the physiological effects of Sahaja Yoga as a form of meditation, and some other studies on two particular illnesses, asthma and hypertension, which have shown very interesting results. They've shown, for example, much larger drops in blood pressure than have ever been demonstrated before by any other form of relaxation or meditation.
People around the world have been finding that the awakening of the Kundalini and the practice of Sahaja Yoga have helped to solve a wide variety of problems of all kinds. Now, at the beginning of the 21st century, Sahaja Yoga is being practiced in some 70 countries.
They have all combined together, integrated together, so peaceful. They have lost all these conditionings of their so-called man-made religions or their man-made boundaries of nations and man-made ideologies. The way there are so many political changes taking place so dramatically and so fast, one should expect a very beautiful world.
Now, in the beginning, I spoke about the left channel and the right channel. So now that, of course, either of our left channel or right channel would be constructed a lot because we have been using these channels a lot in our daily life. For example, the left side, which is emotions and desires, it could be like we are too emotional or we have too many desires that we keep on thinking about those things, or we have lots of conditionings. For example, you have been brought up in a certain way that could spoil your joy. So how to balance this left channel? So when we are balancing the channel, we are keeping that channel's hand, so basically the left hand, on our lap, and we are using the right hand to get away from those imbalances and throwing it away from our right hand. So from one hand we are taking good energy and the bad energy of the left side, or the exhausted chakras of the left side, or the left channel itself, which has been so exhausted. We can put it away towards the Mother Earth, because Mother Earth helps us to clear our left channel very much. So after self-realization, when we meditate, we are able to feel these elements around us. For example, the Mother Earth, the ether. We use all these elements, and you will learn as you go ahead in Sahaja Yoga that we use these elements to clear our subtle system. So now we can do it together. So you can keep your left hand on your lap, and right hand towards the earth or towards the floor. If you're sitting on the floor, then you can keep it rested on the floor. So now we close our eyes. Now we keep our attention on the left hand. Now we ask help of our Mother Kundalini to balance our left channel. Mother Kundalini, please balance our left channel. The attention will be on the left hand or the left side of your body. Mother Kundalini, please take away all the emotional stress, all the past memories, all the bad conditionings, all the impure desires into the Mother Earth. we can bring our right hand back to the lap. We can open our eyes. Now to balance the right channel, which is the channel of activity, be it emotional activity, mental activity, and physical activity. So how do we balance our right channel? Is keeping the right hand on the lap and keeping the left hand towards the sky or towards the ether. So ether helps our right channel. It takes away all the heat from the right channel, all the ego of the right channel into the ether. So now we can close our eyes. Please bring your attention to the right hand or the right side of your body. We can ask Mother Kundalini to clear our right channel. Mother Kundalini, please balance our right channel. Please take away all the overthinking, all the heat, all the ego from our right channel. Please take away all the anger, we can bring back our left hand to the lap. Now we keep our attention on both our hands. Now we keep our attention on top of our head. Now we can open our eyes slowly. So this is how we balance our left channel, then our right channel, and then we keep our attention on both our hands after we have balanced these channels. We keep our attention like this so that we are in the center channel. And then we keep our attention here on top of our head. So this was the first session. But when you practice this at home, of course, we will give you some materials, and it will be nice if you can share your email IDs with us so that we can, send you these videos that have step-by-step guidance for these meditations when you practice at home. And but before and after doing your meditation in the morning for 5 minutes and in the evening for 5 minutes, you have to raise your Kundalini. Today you have gotten self-realization, but at home when you meditate, it is very important to first raise your Kundalini, and after that you meditate, you balance your left channel, your right channel, and then you just go into your meditation. And then after your meditation, you again raise your Kundalini. So how to do that? Again, our hands are important here. So I will show you. So our Kundalini is on below the lower abdomen. It's in our triangular bone here. So the hand goes from bottom to up through all the centers, because it is passing through all the centers and then finally going on the top of the head. So our left hand stays like this, and our right hand is circulating around the left hand. But in a way, we are raising our Kundalini like this. So the Kundalini, so first you raise it like this. So the hand is behind the other hand, behind the left hand, the right hand is. Then you go up, then it moves forward, then down. So this is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and then 7. So why 7? Because we have 7 chakras. So it has to go through all these chakras. So we are doing like this to raise it through all the chakras. And when we reach here, we are tying a knot. It's like an imaginary knot, but it is actually binding your kundalini on top of your head. So one knot here. Then we do the same thing again, second time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 knots. Then the third time and the final time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 knots. Why we do 3 times? Because we have 3 channels. So first we raise for our left channel. Second, we raise for our right channel. Third, we raise for our center channel. So now the step would be to create an aura around us. So you take your hand, right hand is working again more. So your left hand is here. You take from your left side. Your right hand goes on top of your head, drops on the right side, and then back from the right side to the left. This is one cycle. 6 more cycles like this. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then finally 7. Again 7 because we have 7 chakras. So basically we are creating an aura around all the 7 chakras. So we are doing it like this, and then it comes back. So this is like one cycle. And then again, second cycle. So this is what you have to do when you begin your meditation, is to raise your kundalini for your meditation and taking a bandhan or a protection for your chakras and then meditating. So we will send you all the information in your email IDs because of course you cannot remember everything from today. So of course we also have a recording, so you can go back and see this session again. But you can also send us here you can actually in the chat, you can give us your email ID. And if you want to send it privately, then you can send it to Sahaja Yoga online meditation privately, your email IDs, so that we can actually send you those information. So this was today's session. I hope it was peaceful for you, calming for you, and a nice experience. And actually now you can unmute yourself and then share your experience with us for today. Like, how did you feel, and did you feel anything on top of your head or your hands, or just felt nice or peaceful? It will be nice to know you as well and also hear from you. How was your experience? Yeah, so please, you can now unmute yourself and have conversation.